Hello, everyone. Today we are going to talk about space, and yes, space is gonna be pretty cool, and it's gonna be an interesting talk because I'm gonna be talking about some other things. So before we get into this, I would like to show you this space book you should buy at Barnes and Nobles. So if you're like in looking forward to look at space, you should go to Barnes and Nobles or any bookstore to get this space book. And honestly, it's pretty nice. It is um it is like basically we have a lot of topics here. I don't know if this talks about exoplanets. Like, I love exoplanets. So yeah. Like, as you can see, yeah, it's pretty interesting. So today we are going to be talking about space. So, does anybody know Venus? You know Venus, right? The planet Venus. You know today Venus is scorching hot, and actually it is the hottest planet in our solar system. It's crazy there. But did anybody knew that Venus once had water, had surface water and oceans and rivers and lakes like Earth? Yeah, it actually did. Venus had surface water in a habitable condition for about 3 billion years, and may have been in this condition until 700 to 750 million years ago. This means that probably 800 or 900 million years ago, it had water, rivers, lakes, oceans, and it had water and possibly life. It so like Venus probably had life there, like humans, before everything like that happened and there was no life. So did actually does anyone know that actually this is a scary fact? This same thing will happen to Earth. The same thing like this, what happened to Venus, is going to happen to Earth. What I'm saying is, basically, Earth is going to turn into Venus. And the reason why is actually because of the solar luminosity, the sun's luminosity. And in about 1 billion years from now, the solar luminosity will be 10% higher, causing the atmosphere to become a moist greenhouse, resulting in a runaway evaporation of the oceans. And that's probably what most likely happened to Venus that long ago. Venus lost its water most likely 700 to 750 million years ago. And it's crazy. It was very bad. So basically that is actually one thing. That's only what I discussed was only one thing that's gonna happen to Earth in a billion years. That's only one reason why we will lose all of our oceans. The second reason why Venus actually lost all of its water, it was actually because of the solar wind. What is the solar wind? The solar wind is basically the sun releasing all of its energy and hitting the planet. And the reason why that happened was actually because Venus did not have a magnetic field. Earth has a magnetic field today, and but Venus didn't. So there was no field, no nothing to protect Venus from the solar wind. So basically, the solar wind stripped off the atmosphere, the oxygen-rich atmosphere, and it became into a desolate wasteland, a dangerous place. And all of the water from Venus stripped off, and as well as the rich atmosphere and all of that stuff. All because Venus did not have had a magnetic field. So yes, like that is reason why that happened. The solar wind struck Venus, and basically that made all of its water and stuff go, becoming a very bad place to live in, that actually no one can live in. So yeah, so this is most likely going to happen to Earth in the next billion years. And actually, even more, in 2.8 billion years from now, we will, in 2.8 billion years from now, the outer core of Earth will freeze. Meaning, we are not going to have a magnetic field anymore. That means the solar wind will hit us and will completely destroy us. And it's honestly, it's very, very bad. So that's going to be in 2.8 billion years from now. And basically, it's not a good thing. So this is what's going to happen in a billion years. The atmosphere will become a moist greenhouse, just like Venus, causing a runaway evaporation of the oceans, which is not good. So that is the first thing what I talked about today. There's only one more thing I want to talk about, and that's actually Mars. What about Mars? Well, Mars is another planet that does not have water and stuff. However, in about 1 to 2 billion years from now, the habitable zone will move outward towards the solar system. Meaning that Mars is going to become more like Earth. And basically what I'm saying about that is that Mars will soon be able to... Mars will resemble temperatures of Earth during the last ice age. And basically what's going to happen, it's going to become more habitable. Well, if we terraform Mars, then we could definitely live there and have a rich atmosphere. The thing is, though, Mars actually... So actually, Mars actually used to have water too, which is a crazy thing. As you can see here, Mars used to have water too. But however, though, Mars lost its water just like Venus. Mars lost its water. Mars lost its water. And that is not good. So, but Mars actually lost its water much longer before. It lost its water about 3 billion years ago, but it used to have water. And it's actually because of the same reason. The same reasons, most likely, scientists are believing it is the solar wind or something. I'm not totally sure about this, but I believe it's the solar wind. So the solar wind washed off the water and rich atmosphere too. So then, unfortunately, that was bad. And Mars is basically now at this point like a desolate wasteland too. But it may have its water soon too. So Mars lost its water, but who knows? Maybe eventually we will get that water back. So yeah, Mars lost its water due to the solar wind as well as Venus, and soon it's going to be like this to Earth. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's what happened to Mars and stuff because of the solar wind. And soon we are going to lose our magnetic field. So meaning all water will be out of the Earth, and it's going to be really bad. So yes, basically one thing we can infer from what we learned today is that we learned today that Venus does not have water. Venus used to have water until 700 to 750 million years ago, and Mars used to have water too, but it disappeared before Venus's. And it's the same thing is going to happen to Earth in about 1 billion years. Because of the solar luminosity 10% higher, this will cause the atmosphere to become a moist greenhouse, resulting in a runaway evaporation of the oceans. So yes, thank you again for joining us in this video. Again, I would like you to buy this book in the store. It's available at Barnes and Nobles and other places. So thank you for watching today, and again, peace out. We'll have another video coming out soon. Peace out.